everybody? It's your boy A, back at it again with your boy King Joffy Joe right here.
I see you, haters, away. I see you, haters, I'm getting away, I'm going away.
Alright, so today what we got is RLS intake. We're gonna be installing the RLS intake on the Hedgehog. You know what I'm saying? RLSexhaust.com. Make sure if you need one, you can get yourself one. You know what I'm saying? Right here we got the ceramic coated black. He actually sells them in a raw metal color. They don't come with the air filter. We actually have this air filter left over. My man Smitty413 left this here when he had his intake. So the bike, so we throwing it on A's bike now. He got red and blue. That's what he's going for his look. The red goes perfect. So RLS Exhaust sent us this intake over. They send you everything you need except for the filter. You get the little bracket that comes on the bottom. You get the hose, the elbow. You get the clamps for it. All right, guys. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna stand back and watch. My man A is gonna show us how to install this. This is for all you people that's like, oh, you don't know some tricks or some newcomers to the Ryker game. He gonna show you how to do it. All right, here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? So today we're gonna be starting off. I guess this is supposed to be like a hour long, maybe 2 hour operation. We're gonna see how long that takes us for me. So disclaimer: I'm no professional mechanic. Everything is gonna be a step by step, so real methodical when we go through this. So the first thing we're gonna be taking off is from what I understand, we gotta lift the whole front of the bike up. So we're gonna be lifting this whole front end up here. We're gonna be removing the trunk, the hood. We're gonna take off the hood. We're gonna take off the side panels. We're gonna take out the front. We're also gonna take off the side panels over here on this side as well. All right. And we'll see where we go. All right. See where this takes us. All right. So we're gonna be taking off. I'm gonna be popping this off here. Pop those clips right off. Alright. Alright. We got the 2 screws on the bottom we're gonna be wanting to be taking off. You're gonna be using this, right?
27T.
We got the 27T right here. We're gonna be using this to take the 2 screws off at the bottom underneath right here. Alright. Take that off. Alright, so now that we got that out the way, we're gonna be popping this off from here. When you pop this, you want to pull it back a little bit, like so. We'll come a little closer. This way you're gonna be pulling up like that. Easy as that. All right. Come to the other side. Pop that bad boy off. She's coming right out. All right. So when we took off those clips for those side panels, we're gonna be coming right here. All right. It's pretty much the same clip that's in the panels up here. And it's in your front. All right, so you'll pop these out over here. You got one there. You also have one over here.
The bottom 2.
Then you're gonna have 2 on the bottom. I have one right here. And you come down a little bit more. 4th one is gonna be right under here. All right. So in order to take these side panels off, you're gonna come from the back end. You're gonna pull out like so.
Pull the front off.
You're gonna slide it to the front.
This is a clip. So pull this off. There you go.
All right. So now that we got the side panels off, we're gonna be taking off the blue panels. All right. So the clips on your blue panels, come a little closer, are gonna be right here. Take these bad boys off. Where? And we got these in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Slide this out. Now be careful that you got this clip here. You want to break that off, so you just want to kind of give that a nice little tug. Come right out. Make sure you leave that in there. working on taking off the max mount over here in the back. We got 4 screws on each, 2 on each side. We're gonna be taking off here and here. All right, so we're gonna start with power drill. We're gonna be using, what's this one right here? T40. All right, now keep in mind when you do decide to use the drill on this, you're gonna want to make sure you hold that nice and firm in there so that you do not strip your screw. And make sure you have the button in the right direction. Fairly quick. All right. So now we got the max mount screws out. All right, guys. So since you know, no fender gang, I don't have this rear fender here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to unplug not only our max mount but our new rage tail light right here. New rage cycle tail light. All right. So we'll go ahead and get that started here. I got these 2 zip ties I'm gonna clip off here. I got 1, 2. And then we'll unplug the actual light in the switch. All right, so now that we unplug the lights, we're gonna go ahead and slide the max mount right out. So here we go. All right. See, we still got the wire, light still intact. All right, so we can be able to put back a little easy later. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you just saw us take off the max mount. We left new rage cycle lights still on there, so we can be able to put back easy installation later. So now we're going to be lifting up. We're going to be removing 3 screws, loosening up the 4th one. All right, so it's going to be 4 screws in total. So we got 1 here, 2, 3. We're going to remove those, and number 4 here, we're going to just loosen. All right. Here we go. And so you guys are aware, using a T27 for you guys. Keep in mind, guys, when you guys do remove this, thank you, baby. When you go remove this screw, you are going to have a wash there. Want to keep this, don't lose that. The third one, like I said, we're just going to remove 3. The third one should be removed. Easy. Don't worry about this one. This one is not going to have a washer on. And then now we're just going to loosen up that 4th one. Alright guys, so we got a T27 right here. Right, we're going to use this to loosen up these last 2 screws right here under the seat. Alright, these are the last 2 screws right here. If you look a little closer, it's going to be got this little clip looking thing here. Right underneath it, right here. See my fingers playing right there? Yeah, right there. That's gonna be our 2 screws. Okay. So this is the last 2 we're gonna remove so we can lift up the clamp. Jacked it up a little bit so we can have some better leverage. All right. Now we got those last 2 screws removed. We're gonna be lifting out the front. Pop that open. Push these 2 clips in. So we already did that. Alright, I'm going to pull these clips up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now that we got the clamshell raised up, what we did was, since this doesn't have no stand or anything, what we did is we used jack pipe, hold it up in place. Alright, so make sure that that's nice and sturdy there for you guys. You don't want that coming down on you while you're working on it. Alright, that's good. Alright, so now we're going to be removing the intake and the intake housing unit. Okay, so just stand up. So when we're removing this intake here, there's going to be 2 clips on the bottom, just 2 like semi-latches looking things here. Right underneath. What I'm going to do is just going to pull those forward. Okay. 1, 2. Right out. So, got some pliers right here, needle nose. All right, we're gonna be using these needle nose pliers right here to be releasing this valve right here. So you see right here, have this clip here. You're not gonna be able to pull this out unless you want to damage your hose here. We don't want to do anything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these needle nose pliers and we're gonna align the points on this clip so we can be able to remove it. Alright, so now that we've done that, we also have a 10 millimeter bolt right here in the center here. We're going to be removing. Alright, so when you're removing this 10 millimeter bolt, just keep in mind things are hot in here, but make sure you remove that washer as well. We also have a 10 millimeter bolt. Over here we're going to be removing out right underneath the intake. Alright, so here we go, another 10 millimeter, the washer. Okay.
Zip tie on. Right ahead.
Zip tie straight ahead on the hose. So, alright, so we're going to be cutting the zip tie. Release the hose. There we go. So we got this clamp right here. We're going to be using a 6 millimeter to remove that. Now we're going to take our whole intake out. Alright, so we're going to be mounting the elbow in there for the intake. Just a quick note, installation, when you guys are putting it in, when you go to put your clamp on, you want to make sure that your screw bit is facing this way, facing your direction, just so it's easier, so when you go in there and tighten it on up, rather than facing that way. You try to do it this way, you're going to have a real hard time trying to tighten that up. I'm going to put that on there. Wedge that nice and fitted on there. Alright, so now we're going to be installing our cold air intake. Alright, we have our intake here. We have our bracket. Alright, same thing as when we did the elbow bracket. When you go install this, you're going to want this facing you outward. Okay, you don't want it upside down, right? Because then that screw is going to be facing the opposite direction. You won't be able to screw that in there, tighten that up. All right, so when you put that on the elbow, you want that to be facing outward so you can come from the top, screw it and tighten that up. All right, so got our bracket. All right, so with that screw that we use, we're going to be mounting our bracket, our screw and washer. It's going right here. We don't have to tighten this all the way in. We just want to get it in there. Alright. Now I can slide this in. Now we have our cold air intake hooked into the elbow. We're going to be using our bracket. Alright, so now we got the bracket on there. We're going to be using a, which one is this one again? We're going to use 17 inch and 15, right?
17 millimeter wrench.
17 millimeter wrench. Alright, so we're going to be using back to the 10 millimeter so we can be able to tighten this one down here. Let's get that bracket nice and tight on there. Alright, so let's clamp. Where is it? Alright, everybody. So you just see me mess with that last clip so we can get this center hose back on. But that's pretty much it. Alright, cold air intake installation. RLS exhaust. Please check them out. Go see my guys. Check out my man King Jaffe Joe. And yeah, you want to put your bike back together? Just reverse the video. Alright, so holla at me. It's your boy Cole Wisdom 88.